Thank you very much.
With me now is a veteran of congressional wars who spent 18 years in the House of Representatives. He knows all about how the legislative battles are waged. Former Republican Majority Leader Dick Armey, who was also chairman of FreedomWorks. Congressman Armey, it's a pleasure. Welcome back to Freedom Watch.
Well, thank you.
What would you do if you had John Boehner's job today or Eric Cantor's job today, if you were the leader of the majority Republicans in the House of Representatives? What would you cut? What would you get rid of? And would you raise the debt ceiling and let the president borrow another trillion as he wants?
Well, first of all, we just put out an editorial in Wall Street Journal last a couple of days. We've identified $350 billion worth of cuts that are fairly easily to come by. There's certainly a great deal more out there. You've got a very creative fella in the new chairman of the Budget Committee. I'd say let's get busy on the budget cutting. Take a look at Pat Toomey's good piece. Right. Pat Toomey's one of the greatest creative thinkers we have up there. Don't treat this as if it's an urgent crisis emergency.
Got it now.
There are many things that can be done to move that money around to forestall that thing while you get about the business of making your cuts.
All right, Senator Toomey says he's not going to vote to raise the debt ceiling. He argued that there's enough money that come in through tax dollars that would allow us to pay our obligations without going into default. Would you, Dick Armey, advocate to your fellow Republicans in the House that they should vote against raising the debt ceiling, even though you know that John Boehner and the Republican leadership are going to tell them to vote in favor of it?
Well, I really think this is a case where, again, our counsel we gave a couple of days ago to be bold, understand, challenge the notion that it is a crisis, that it's an emergency, that if it doesn't get done, all else will fall apart, and look at the options. There are things we can do instead of that will be more productive in the long run and forestall, and in fact, perhaps eliminate the emergency. Do the hard work before you accept the need to panic. And I don't think this is a panic situation. I just think the easy thing to do now is raise the debt ceiling so you can go along with business as usual. The hard but responsible thing that is patriotic to the constitutional limitations on big government is start digging in on where you're going to make the cuts, move the money around, buy the time, let them take their impact, and maybe you never have to
Congressman Armey, you used a great word. You said bold. How bold should the government be? Should they cut defense spending? Should they cut across the board? Should they get rid of the Department of Education, get rid of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, get rid of farm subsidies, get rid of the Department of Commerce, get rid of the Department of Agriculture? That would be bold. Are you arguing for boldness at that level?
Absolutely. At least look at the laws that do harm, the agencies that are counterproductive. There are many that can be eliminated. We mentioned commerce in our piece. Certainly there are others. You certainly get rid of public television. Cut back. NASA can be cut in half. They're confused about their mission in the first place. And if we have a financial crisis in America and the world, do we really need to go to Mars? Put it off. Put Mars off instead of putting off the cuts that are necessary to get your house in order. And let's resolve things here. So there are many, many places you can do that. I believe there's a direct correlation. Go back to 1975. America was the envy of all the world in how we educated our children. We created the Department of Education. Education in America was up here. When this grew up, this grew down. Well, and we have a direct correlation between decreasing effective of education of our children in this country and growth of this big federal government agency doing what was never their constitutional authority in the first place.
Got it. Got it. Congressman.